Okay, we're live.
All right. And Melissa, I'm also sorry. Can our attendees also hear us? I apologize.
Okay, we're live.
Okay. And you can let the attendees in as well. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Just hold on 1 second here for us, and then we'll get started with the public hearing today on sex education rules. We can let those attendees in because we only have the 2 and a total of 3 today, so it should be pretty brief. So just hold on 1 second for us. Okay. So we'll get going here. The time is now 12:05, and welcome to today's public hearing. And we can get started. My name is Ketcher Baden. I'm on staff with the State Board of Education, and I'm facilitating the public hearing this afternoon. And although they're not on Zoom right now as panelists, we also have a couple other folks, including our board members watching the meeting, a couple board members and other staff. This is the time for the public hearing to provide an opportunity for individuals to express their views or concerns in a public setting on the proposed board rules regarding sex education. Of course, this is a virtual public hearing right now, so just got to lay out the rules of the road this afternoon, which are a little bit different than they might be if we were able to do this in person. Board staff's going to call the first speaker along with the next 2 speakers after them, so folks can be prepared for who's up next. When it is your turn to speak, staff will unmute you. And if you're on Zoom, that means a box will probably pop up that asks if you want to be unmuted. And so you can just click that box and begin your comment. If you're calling into the meeting with a phone, then, and though I don't think we have anybody doing that today, but if you are, then when staff unmutes you, there's going to be a voice that tells you that you are unmuted. And then at that time, you can begin your comments, but staff can help out and let you know it's time to start. Now, we understand with technology, not everything works as smoothly as we would like. So after we call on you, we'll give you a few moments to unmute yourself or realize that it's your turn. But if we don't hear from you after a few of those moments, we'll move on to the next speaker. But then you'll have an opportunity at the end of the hearing to still provide your comment. And we can see who's logged in and who's attended, so we'll be able to know who's actually there. But if we have somebody that third, because we have 3 and I think we have 2 who are here, if that third person, we might leave the meeting, maybe not open, but temporarily for a couple more minutes to see if that person shows up. So each speaker, when they are called on, has no more than 3 minutes for public comment. We do have a timer up there for you to kind of help out. as a courtesy. And at the end of that time, we might interject to ask that you conclude your remarks just out of respect for everybody else's time. And again, out of respect for that time, we do reserve the right to halt someone's remarks if they don't conclude them after a request from staff, but we'll try not to be too dictatorial with that. We did receive 2 written comments today in addition to the 3 people who signed up to speak. We anticipate everybody who did sign up to speak today will have the opportunity to provide a public comment because there's so few, but we do have the right to limit the number of presenters if something unforeseen happens to occur. Again, we don't think that's going to be an issue today, but and we do want to hear from everybody, but that's something that we just have to say every time we have a public hearing. Something else that we have to say every time we have a public hearing: neither board staff nor board members respond to the comments made during the public hearing. And remember, this is just time for the public to be heard and put their comments on the record. And a recording of this meeting and a summary will be provided to the board to follow up on and to provide the board with information on any issues raised. I did mention we do have a couple board members who are actually just watching right now as well, so they'll be able to watch it live and understand and hear your comments live and as you make them. And then, as I mentioned, it is being live streamed right now, so just please be mindful of that and be respectful in your marks as we move forward. So that is all of the housekeeping items that I had. So we can start moving over to, and they'll be displayed up here for you if you needed some reminders. So with that, we'll jump straight into the comments. And I see we have Christy here to lead us off. So Christy, if you want to get us started here, it is now your time.
Hello, President and members of the Board of Education. Thank you for providing this time to listen to my comments today. I am Christy Bencomo, a mom from Buckeye, Arizona. I support opening the rules to include the descriptions outlined in Governor Ducey's executive order because it provides clarity for us parents concerning the sex education taught in our children's classrooms. Amending the rules to fit the executive order helps parents and schools communicate, and good communication between the schools and parents strengthens our education system for our children's long-term success. So thank you again.
Thank you, Christy. I appreciate it. You can hang around if you'd like or jump off, whatever you'd like. We also have, I believe, Bernadette Gruber, who's next up. Hello, Bernadette, you with us?
Sorry, I need to unmute and turn on my camera.
That's all right.
I needed to unmute and then turn on my camera. I don't know if that's working. Hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No problem. Go ahead.
Well, President, Superintendent, members of the board, thank you for the providing this opportunity to receive public comment. My name is Bernadette Gruber, and I am a mom of 4 children, and I'm also an active member of my community. I appreciate the fact that you are abiding by the governor's executive order, and I agree with the recommendation to keep the scope of the rule changes to accommodate that executive order, which is number 2021-11. This is a step in the right direction to ensure parental rights are protected and to increase transparency, which is necessary for healthy relationships built on trust between schools and parents. Thank you again for your time and your service to our Arizona families. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Bernadette. So that does look like the 2 folks who attended and showed up who also registered. We did have a third, but it looks like they have not shown up yet. We're at 12:12 here, so 12 minutes into the public hearing. So I think what I would like to do is we'll probably conclude the public hearing here. But what I would like to do is we'll stop the live stream, we'll stop recording, but I would like to just kind of hang out for a little bit after we conclude the public hearing. And if that third person shows up in the next few minutes here, we'll probably say until 12:30. Then we'll restart the public hearing and put it back on live stream and on YouTube and record and let that third person submit their public comment. But after 12:30, we'll probably have to call it. So with that, we'll conclude potentially part one of two parts of the public hearing or the entire public hearing. So.